And we're gonna cut it there. We are live. It is 4:03 minute or 4 minutes 3 seconds in. Just happens to be the area code of Alberta, where I live in Canada, and it is a mountain time here, 8:49 a.m. on Monday, uh, September 25th, 2023, and I am joined by, well, pretty much myself, myself, and I. We have Bert, Ernie, the Grouch, the Alchemist minions. Let's take a look at them. Let's actually see what's going on in the Alchemist lab. And how's the sound? Can everybody hear me? Hey, good day, Frankie. Shout out New West Reset, my man Frankie, my brother, my fellow Calgarian, Tartarian, Frankie Fingers over at New West Reset. We got to do another stream and another collab again soon. Shout out to Frankie. We went and did the Heart House together, and I gotta do a full cryptid episode on cryptids. And Frankie, again, shout out New West Reset, hooked me up with this book right here. Oh, there we go. And yeah, we're going to do a full stream just on the information in this alone. Good day, Frankie. I hope you're having you have a blessed week. I hope everybody joining in today has a blessed week. And well, the title of today, doxing myself on Facebook and so much more. Let's take a look. Just well, I decided to go through my Facebook and download a bunch of pictures and go through it. And maybe I hope he does answer. I'm not sure what's going on. He's very busy and going with a lot of stuff. Like you have to have patience with Certus. Certus is a very patient individual. He had patience with me to be honest, and I love the guy. And yeah, just reach out again, remind him, and I'm sure he will get to it when he's got a moment. He's just got a lot going on. Good morning, Kim B. Good morning, 11 Black Lamb, Alex, Rhonda Butterfly. Hello. And of course, Frankie, my Calgarian Tartarian, just in time. You'll be watching the replay. Shout out to you still, my friend. And shout out to StreamYard. This wouldn't be happening without StreamYard. And, look at it's fun. All right. To the point. What are we looking at? We're looking at Mount Yamnuska right here, as well as the Yoho National Park, some of these images, but we'll take a little scroll through. A bunch of alchemy, a whole lot of swirls. That's an interesting topic. Me with some DJs, the old Mayor Nenshi of Calgary. When Mars had polar ice caps, remember those days? Also, the moon, it used to have ice caps as well. They like to forget mentioning that. They're like, oh, we discovered water or ice on the moon. We discovered ice on Mars. Oh, there could be life. Well, no, 20, 30 years ago, it was common knowledge that there's ice caps on both Mars and the moon, but did they melt? Is global warming maybe Mars and the moon? Humans did that too? I don't know. All right. This right here, this is Grandma's Mountain. That's my family ranch. Great things. It's alive. It grew from this tungsten ring, these green nanotubes. Mr. E, hello. Danico, Sharon Kennedy. Much love. Much love, right? Gotta be weird. If you ain't weird, you ain't right. That's what weirdos say, at least. Speaking of weird, there's also, sorry, when you have so many streams going, you don't know what's a replay of what you're trying to do and what's actually the folder you're looking at. So right here, Montana Megaliths, the Julie Riders, that is the Rhino Head Mountain. Then music festivals. This right here is Fractal Forest, and being in the Pyramid of Fractal Forest, Shambhala Music Festival. My goodness, that is my other home away from home. Right? Danico's weird. I'm weird. Everyone's weird. Much love, dude. If you're not weird and you're watching this podcast, well, maybe reassess yourself because you might be weird. That's okay though. We got coils that I've made. Lots and lots and lots of different plasma coils that I have made over the years. Done all sorts of crazy experiments. Here I am with more music producer DJ friends. Here is one generation of my silk screening print shop. Here we have a very, very fascinating, peculiar, what do you, just they're anodes that, when they're breaking down, the started forming bubbles on them, but instead of the bubbles going up, the bubbles stuck to the coils. So it's like a copper coil just like this, but facing down. And you can see that they're just covered in this white bubbles. And yeah, it was the oxygen because it was anode side, not the cathode that the hydrogen's coming off of. But that it just stuck to that and it froze like magnets. It was very strange. We have a lot more alchemy experiments and stuff going on in here. Like just all sorts of different experiments I have done through the years. We also have artwork from my clothing lines, the art studios that I've done, my printing shops. This is about numbers. When I made a meme acting like I was licking a toad before Shambhala Music Festival. Everyone thought I was actually licking a toad. No, I just placed the camera or the toad in between myself and the camera, and it's the right angle, and it looks like you're licking a toad, but you're not. Up backstage of the village, love that. Pyramids, my boys. Fembot Bender, right? My tranny girl, Fembot Bender. She's still with us, actually. Shout out to Fembot Tranny Bender up in the corner there, right? She's headless right now. She's, well, there's her body, you know. What can you do? What can you do? Can't win them all. What else do we got going on? Myself up on the DJ, go to there. Another iteration of my silk screening shop. Some of my clothing, my different prints of Burncron clothing, because it's dope. It's what I do. I'm Burneye, I burn chronic. I do Burncron clothing. There I am with Nassim Haramine. Absolutely epic individual. That's a podcast for another day. Here's another iteration of my silk screening print shops throughout the time that I was doing it. It's currently in storage ever since the lockdowns, and it really sucks. Lots of artwork. Here is the really good mini golf course that was up top of the Villaggio at the backstage of the village at Shambhala one year. Some Burncron decals, designs, my print shop, but again, I think that was generation 3 or generation 4 print shop. 5 times I've set it up. Lots of different swirls, lots of different coils. Of course, the Grand Canyon alignment with the entire Orion constellation. This the Magrav coils. So these are all Magrav triple solenoid generator coil systems. That's the blueprints of the Keshi Magrav coils. That was one of the offices of Generation 4 of the print shops. Yeah, Generation 4 there. I was like, do I take it out? Yeah, but then it's like, no, I was a Mason for 1 year. I myself am still trying to make what of it, like just process it, just weird stuff. It was way too Zionist for me, and I didn't want to pledge my soul and life on meeting some sort of otherworldly entity, I think is how they described it. It was strange, and I said no, and I never made it past the first degree. And we'll leave it at that for today, and might as well feel the conspiracies, because I'm sure there's weirdos out there that want to take it whatever way they are. Speaking of conspiracies, this is the plan of how they wanted to divide the Middle East on ethnic lines and rewrite the entire world and just genocide a lot more people on ethnicities. I forget the exact name of it. Marshall Plan, maybe? Anyways, more artwork, myself and the Gingerbread Man. This is Tito and Jazzy, my first 2 dogs. Rest in peace, they're beautiful souls. Myself and my logo back when I was a young, short-haired gaffer. More artwork, myself and Jazzy and Tito. And then we have myself, my older brother Jay. Shout out Jay Whitford and Dan Henderson. Both. So I got to meet Dan Henderson as well as, oh my goodness, like 30 different pro MMA fighters and UFC as well as Pride fighters. And this was actually while Pride was still going on, before the last Pride fight before UFC bought out Pride and Dan Henderson, Wanderlei Silva. It was the Dan Henderson Wanderlei Silva fight. And Dan Henderson, this is after Dan Henderson beat Wanderlei Silva for the title, the last Pride title ever. This was up top of Mandalay Bay that we were partying with old Dan Henderson. It was pretty epic. But yeah, Jean Paint St. Pierre, I got to meet him, hang out with him in Montreal. My God, there's so many. Rampage Jackson, also a bunch. Actually, Dan Henderson and Rampage Jackson trained together for a while. Tito Ortiz, who the heck? Actually, I got to meet Jenna Jameson while she was with Tito Ortiz in Vegas one time. My God, those were the good old days when I might have been associated with gangsters, but that is long behind me. Anyways, speaking of gangsters, here is Raekwon of Wu-Tang and young Burneye, the only white face in there. Look at that black hoodie, white face. Everyone else, we got, well, Wu-Tang, Raekwon there. These are light pillars that I caught in Calgary, and they're well, I'll do another stream where I'm going into them a lot more. This is a badger in Coach Hill. This is the Coach Hill. Take care, Frankie, brother. You have a great day, my friends. Much love. Much love. More clothing designs. R.I.P. Mac Miller. This is, I took this picture. I was up on stage the one time. Shout out my brother KG, Calvin Goodkill. But R.I.P. Mac Miller. And when he brought him to Calgary, I actually got up on stage and I took that picture behind stage, or behind Mac Miller on his performance in Calgary. But what else? We got more Burncron clothing, kids and tot clothing, BC Burncron baby. Yeah. Tito and Jazzy. I heart Burncron. Oh, Bernie and Raekwon. We got Bernie and Raekwon. Oh, that's a story for another day. So Akon, sorry, we got Bernie and Raekwon. I was up on stage with Raekwon, and then we got Bernie and Akon. So I got the Akon, the convict, and I got the Raekwon, the chef. I was up on stage with him in Montreal. That was dope as hell. Here I am skydiving, BC Burncron. Here I am acting like I am peeing into the Kao Coco Cuban main pond, but that's actually a fountain, and that is water. That is not me actually urinating. My Solomon Island giant skink that passed just a year ago. That was sad. And then R.I.P. Tyson the turtle that just passed 3 months ago now. 2 months ago now. Rest in peace, Tyson. And there's Bernie skydiving again, parachuting down. What else? Oh, loose. No. These guys are from Seattle. I don't want to get the names wrong. Shout out to them. They were dope. We were in LA with them. My dog Smokey. There's Spenny or Kenny Spenny. Yeah, Spenny. That's Spenny and Dog Whitford, myself. A bunch of sublimated dresses that I used to have that I'm going to make more of at some point in the future. This one, shout out Ancient Historia. Luke sent me this image. This is actually like a Texas Ranger or some guy from New Mexico or something in the 1800s that just looks identical to me. I actually created a second Facebook profile account or something with this picture. It's looks just like me. It's not AI. There's a doppelganger in history of Mexican Bernie, New Mexican Bernie from the 1800s. And yeah, the swirls happen naturally in these alchemy experiments. Wow, 21 minutes, 21 seconds in as I looked at the clock. And that is 9:06 a.m. where we are, and I might have to just dip like Frankie and make this a short one because I need to get a bit of sleep before I have to get up for an appointment early this afternoon. And shout out to Frodo or Toto. Sorry, shout out to Toto, the AI dog. And shout out to Paranoid American that made Toto the AI watchdog that is watching over all of us with those beautiful little AI doggy eyes in the image behind. And we will be doing a whole stream with new stream with Thomas of Paranoid American. I think Nate from Reality Czars will also be joining us this Friday, where we will be doing all sorts of AI artwork, but not just AI artwork. I'm going to be taking my original artwork and entering it into the AI to like animate it, render it with more detail, more color, different scenes and stuff. So it's bringing my artwork to life. It's putting a bit of your soul into the art or the AI, I guess. Putting your soul into AI through artwork. I am gonna freaking quote that and say that it was inspired by Sam Osmanovich, but that is my quote right there. Bernie's new quote of the day. Share a piece of your soul with AI through artwork. And look at this. Isn't that artwork? But that is electrolysis. It's alive, but it's alive with current. And these are an anode and a cathode. The reactions happening in some salt water. So there we go. Is this me? Is this Bernie? Looks like Bernie, kinda, doesn't it? It's kind of creepy that we got Mexican 1800 New Mexican. Yeah, right? Like, oh, nice. Oh, that's the purple. Ooh, we're live on 3 Facebook, so I shouldn't. But shout out to Smokey and Raekwon and Chef's brother and myself in Montreal back in the day. And yeah, there's my boy Smokey. Shout out Smokey, my man. Miss him. Yeah. It's LA. I was in LA with Smokey as well. And these guys. Look at this fur coat. Look at these diamonds. Look at the. This was all diamond and it's white gold. And man, these guys had bling like no other. Like that. Oh, it was something else. Something else. So Sky Diamond, the Skink. Is this the Luxor? I believe so. Um, this is Burneye puddled. The one time I took a Xanax to take the flight, I was a little nervous flying into Vegas, and I was on a Xanax. AKA, this is Burneye's puddled face. Like, you want to see puddled Burneye? Yeah, don't do Xanax, children. And my friend Jay, he was like a pro fighter, and we were staying together at the Luxor, and we were puddled. He was the one that had like shared one of his Xanax with me, and the guy was passing out in like we were on the 21st floor, I think it was, or something, and like he's passed out. And this guy's like this giant Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter dude, and like he was the dude that in between me and Dan Henderson there, how I knew them all. But and shout out to Anderson Gutchelvez, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu trainer that trained Dan Henderson, Rampage Jackson, no Wanderlei trained with Wanderlei Silva, and trained my brother Jay Whitford, and how we got to meet all of different UFC Pride fighters. Anyways, back to the Xanax part of it. Giant J puddled off of the Xanax because we'd just gotten off the flight, and he was like passed out in the elevator, and like the door opens, and he just like falls, all right, because the door just is gone, and this guy's like puddled, and like he's huge, and well, if you've ever been in the Luxor, well, they have like these, or they used to, and like lots of people died off of them. I know over the years they try. I don't know the official number. Anyways, I saved my brother Jay's soul from being one of them. And it took my entire might. I had to freaking body check. So this guy, like the sliding door thing opens, and there's just nothing there, hallway, and then there's like to this giant dude, like a freaking knee high or waist high. Probably, I guess it's waist high, but he's a giant, so it was like, not quite knee, but thigh high railing, and then just 21 floors down into the lobby, and like nothing in between, and just like I had to like run and like body check him, and like he freaking like ping ponged into like the pillar that was like there, and then like down to the floor, and my god, it was, don't do Xanax, we almost died in the Luxor. That is a real story. Sticking to it, whatever you want to make of it. Burncron Exports, that's my clothing line, and uh yeah, that's what I was silk screening for 20 years, and would love to get back to silk screening. Sadly, the circumstances don't allow it these days to get into storage because well, the business got shut down because of COVID. I was a vendor at music festivals and did all the merchandise for the festivals, as well as lots of DJ artists, traveling musicians, stuff like that, and as well as restaurants, which also were closed at the time. Messed it all up. That's what I think of it. Rather be in Cuba. Rather be in Cuba. But Burncron exports Canada. There we go. Raekwon, my man, the chef. And free falling. Look at that young Bernie. Look at that. All 18, just so afraid back then. Shit, that was 2 decades ago. I'm 38. And this picture was 2 decades ago when the Skinky had a good long life, but no longer with us. All right, there you go. Bernie and Akon. And these are all on Facebook. I'm doxing myself, so like if you think that I just like AI'd this up, if you think I AI'd myself with Akon and Raekwon, all right, this is fully doxable and time stamped on Facebook on my timeline from like 15, 20 y'all. So and this is Iggy and Rogie. You see this sliding window here. That is actually the sliding window over there. RIP to Iggy and Rogie, Igor and Roger. They were my parents' parrots. Rogie passed away about 5, 6 years ago now. Iggy about 3, maybe 4. But yeah, anyways, RIP Rogie and Iggy. I was like, is it weird? But that was while they were over their lifespan, loose, extra feathers that we collected of them. The owl there, well, it's I guess in the middle, that's covered of all of the feathers from Iggy and Rogie. But like, that was. We didn't pluck them after they died. That was, collected over their lifespans from the ground when they molt. Just to be clear, just for any weirdos out there that, nope, that's not me. But free the weeds. Free the weed and Burncron exports. That's Burncron Bernie for over 20 years, established 18 years, I guess. 18 years. 2003, I think I established. Yeah, it's 20. Wow. 20 years now. No, 2005. Sorry. So 18 years. There we go. 2005. Established 2005. 18 years I've been printing Free the Weed. And about 10 years ago now, well, no, 8 years ago, weed was legalized by Justin Trudeau. I don't even know how long that dick of a tater has been in power. It's just been too long. That's all I know. He's got to go. Vote him out. Vote him out. Vote him out. Civil disobedience. Vote him out. So this is a giant eagle that I actually caught and held. Its wing was broken, and me and my ex, it was actually in this forest. It was during that trip, that this photo was taken, and that this photo was taken, and this giant beast, it was huge, and it flew across an entire gorge. Like it glid. It couldn't flap its wings, but it glid, and we had to like pursue it around. Like, oh my god, it was the craziest hike all around Bears Paw Dam, just northwest of Calgary. But we ended up bare hands, just with a towel. I was able to grab it out of the bottom of a pine tree, and we carried it. I carried this thing about a kilometer, and like she also carried it about a kilometer. We switched about like to about halfway each back to the where we had wildlife refuge uh, take it to the vet or the rehabilitation, and I think it ended up at the zoo because like it was not able to like fully fly again, but it's like at the Calgary Zoo in the giant predator bird area. And this thing was so epic, and it's like we had to earn its trust over the day to be like, hey, we're here to help you. And by like the end of it, it was so crazy. And freaking Kieran, man, he has pictures of it and never gave it to us. It was like he gave me like, oh no, this one I took with my phone. That's why it's not that good quality. There's like literally high definition pictures that good. And then oh man, if you're out there listening, Kieran, you best still have them and you best get them to me. R.I.P. Died too young, Mac Miller. These are light sprites. See, this is not northern lights. This is literally light sprites, these towering lights. And oh man, it was so crazy. They were all over everywhere. It was literally like beams of energy getting sucked up. It was the strangest thing. Sadly, this was at least 10, 15 years ago. And look at that distortion, the lines. Very strange. But back when cell phone cameras weren't that great, and especially the video, but I did get, the pictures and it documented. And shout out to the Coach Hill Badger, the Coach Hill Badger, baby. And no, that ain't no sports team. That is the Coach Hill Badger. Just like we have Toto. Shout out to Toto, the AI spy dog, up above right there. There's our Toto, our sponsor, our AI created sponsor, Toto, the AI watchdog. And on that note, it's 36 minutes in and 33 seconds. The Alchemist minions, they're going to take it away for a minute. And why that is that I hooked up power to some cathode coils, and there's actually hydrogen being made out of 5 volts of electricity and some salt water right next to them. And well, we got to prove that I'm not going to explode or die from it like they try to claim. And when you're doing it in smaller little amounts, it's actually kind of well, no, we can't talk about such controversial facts, but we are doing agricultural experiments with the monoatomics, the colloidal waters. Here's some colloidal purple gold, and the colloidal water above it, and purple silver with the colloidal water above it. You mix the monoatomic up. There you go. See, and then you have to let it sit, and it dissolves into the water. And what remains is your colloidal water. And then this colloidal water is what we use. So this is also known as ormus. Okay, so anything called ormus, which is orbitally rearranged monoatomic elements, or GANs, gas, atom, nano, solid state, or just monoatomic, so single atom. They're separated, they're covalent bonds broken down, and it comes in blue states, it comes in diatomic blue and red and purple, and I don't have the white next to me, which is kind of awkward, but I guess there we go. Although I guess that's a little bit pinky, maybe a little purpley. It's hard to tell. There's also blue lights going on. Wishing you all a blessed week. Some cool energy vibes. All right, going out there. I'm rambling on. It's 39 minutes, 36 seconds in. Time to call her a day. I love you all. We'll catch you on the next one. Talk. bonus round. Just kidding, not quite over yet. Why? Why not? Bonus round if you're still here. To the Coach Hill Badgers. All right. So more light pillars. Raekwon. We got Burneye. Burncron Exports. That's where the logo comes from. And the painting outside to this day. Dogs. Dan Henderson. So that's Whitford right there. That's the man that I was puddled with there in Vegas. So right, we recovered. This was us the next night, after we slept. Like, oh my God. Yeah, shout out to Gingerbread Man. Shout out to the Gingerbread Man. And to all the bears out there. That's why I got the bear cap on, right? We got the bear cap on. To the Burncron Bears. Brother Bernie Bear. What can I say? To the Bears. The Bears. Here's the map I was talking about. Right, so the thing is Saudi Arabia and, well, Turkey. This is why Turkey switched and went over to Russia and to Iran, is because of this map. And that, see, Turkey here, they got free Kurdistan, and Syria shrinks, Iraq shrinks, Iran shrinks, it turns into little Persia. Greater Jordan wins. But see, Saudi Arabia, they also lose, and Yemen grows. See, that's why Saudi Arabia, the Yemen war, why the Saudis took it so serious, is because this plan was like, oh no, we're going to divide you up. Jordan's going to get some of you. This Islamic sacred state is going to be formed. We're going to take that away from you. We're going to give some of you to Yemen. The UAE and Oman, though, they can stay the same. Iraq, we're going to have a little Sunni Iraq, and then Arab Shia state, not even Baghdad in the middle. Bombs over Baghdad forever, because, well, we're going to divide it forever. And yes, you're hearing this here maybe for the first time in your life, but this is actually really, really old news, to be honest. But it's, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's called the Marshall Plan, but I don't know. But whatever this map was, or the new Middle East plan, or right, like countries gaining territory labeled in black, countries losing territory labeled in red, countries unchanged, well, they're gray. Oman, you're gray. Don't worry though, they didn't call you gay, just gray. UAE, oh, you're red, you're losing territory. So, oh, Qatar, also red, you're losing territory. Saudi homeland, you're really losing a lot of territory. Kuwait, as tiny as you are, you're red as well, you're also losing. So if you've never taken geopolitics or don't understand geopolitics, all of these are American allies, and this is the American plan, and every ally country loses a lot of territory, including Turkey. All right, they're free Kurdistan. Woo! You're gaining. Also, Armenia, you're gaining. Well, this map, it ain't happening no more because Russia stepped in and kept this intact, even though, like, there's little pockets of resistance everywhere here, but don't see Turkey. It still actually has all of Kurdistan, aka Cappadocia there, Anatolia, And well, the sacred space, like it's part of the Ottoman heartland. But I'm not getting into Kurdish, Ottoman, um, modern geopolitics or any of that. Point being, this was your geopolitical lesson of the day, and this is why Putin, at the beginning of the tetrade of blood moons, which is always extremely bad for the Israeli state. Oh, look at that. The US's last ally in that region, also in red. So, just as a reminder, let's go back to this. Oh my God, there is a ring at the doorbell. The dog's going nuts. Maybe this map's not allowed to be shared live. Well, on that note, we're gonna call this stream, and we're gonna leave you with the Alchemist minions, and I bid you. All right, I'm not dead. In that case, the CIA didn't come for me yet. We'll catch you on the next time. Ta ta.